Here's a 1,600-word continuous article, written in a storytelling and documentary style that works perfectly for YouTube narration. It avoids headings and flows naturally while highlighting the Porsche 993's rescue, challenges, and transformation. In the world of classic cars, few stories stand out quite like the rebirth of a Porsche 993 Carrera that once seemed beyond saving. This particular 1995 Porsche was not discovered in a dusty barn or forgotten in a garage, but in a far more unusual and heartbreaking condition. For over 4 long years, this 993 Carrera lay submerged at the bottom of a polluted river, hidden from sight and written off by many as nothing more than a piece of scrap metal. What began as an unimaginable wreck has turned into a breathtaking story of persistence, creativity, and dedication to one of the most celebrated Porsches ever built. When the car was finally pulled out of the water, the sight was shocking even for seasoned restorers. The once beautiful curves of the 993 were buried under layers of thick silt, river debris, and corrosion. More than 1,100 kilograms of mud had to be removed before even the basic shape of the car could be recognized. Every panel was filled with dirt. Every crevice was clogged with sludge. The interior had been destroyed beyond recognition, its leather seats dissolved into an unrecognizable mass and the dashboard covered in layers of decay. The flat-six engine, the very heart of the car, had been reduced to a seized and rusted block of metal. At first glance, there seemed to be little worth saving. Yet, where most people saw a worthless hulk, the restorer saw a challenge, and more importantly, an opportunity. This wasn't going to be just a simple rebuild. It was a chance to give a legendary car a second life, to transform something that had been utterly forgotten into a tribute worthy of Porsche's rich racing heritage. The vision was clear. The restoration would not simply return the 993 Carrera to its original road-going condition. Instead, it would become a Cup RSR 1 tribute, blending the raw racing spirit of Porsche's track cars with the precision and beauty of a carefully hand-built masterpiece. The first stage of the process was nothing short of grueling. The car had to be stripped down completely, every part carefully documented, removed, and cleaned. It was like an archaeological dig, uncovering layer after layer of history and damage. The smell of decay lingered in the air, a reminder of the years the car had spent underwater. Panels were eaten away with rust, bolts snapped under the slightest pressure, and the once pristine chassis revealed deep scars from its long submersion. Yet with patience, persistence, and sheer determination, the shell of the Porsche was freed from its prison of filth and corrosion. Once the car was stripped, the real work began. The chassis required extensive repair, with entire sections being cut out and rebuilt from fresh steel. This wasn't just a repair job, it was reconstruction. Using precise measurements and original Porsche references, the restorer painstakingly recreated the body to factory specifications, making sure that every curve and line matched the iconic silhouette of the 993. This step was vital, because the transformation into a Cup RSR tribute demanded absolute precision. At the same time, the vision of the finished car began to take shape. The Cup RSR models were among the most aggressive and performance-focused variations of the 993, built for racing with stripped interiors, wide bodywork, lightweight components, and upgraded engines designed to deliver power and endurance on the track. To achieve this look and performance, countless hours of research were undertaken, sourcing original parts where possible and fabricating new ones when necessary. The goal was authenticity, building a true one tribute that would honor Porsche's racing DNA. The suspension system was upgraded to racing specifications, with reinforced components designed to handle track-level forces. Brakes were rebuilt and enhanced, ensuring the car would stop as impressively as it could accelerate. The transmission was reworked to deliver power smoothly and reliably, and the engine, once little more than a corroded relic, was completely rebuilt from the ground up. This wasn't a simple refurbishment, it was a resurrection. Every nut, every bolt, every piece of metal was either replaced or restored with meticulous care. Inside, the transformation was just as dramatic. The luxurious appointments of the Carrera were stripped away in favor of a racing-inspired interior. Lightweight bucket seats replaced the water-damaged originals, while a custom roll cage was fabricated to bring the car closer to its Cup RSR inspiration. The dashboard was rebuilt with racing gauges and minimalistic design, all aimed at function over comfort. The result was an interior that looked ready to hit the track at Le Mans, not just cruise the open road. As the project moved forward, the car began to shed its tragic past and embrace its new identity. Fresh coats of primer and paint restored the luster of the bodywork, with the wide fenders and aggressive stance of the RSR design giving the car a commanding presence. The attention to detail was remarkable. From the alignment of the panels to the finish of the paint, nothing was overlooked. Each step represented countless hours of labor, trial, and adjustment, all driven by a passion for excellence and a refusal to accept compromise. What makes this story even more inspiring is the fact that the restoration was never about financial gain or prestige. It was about passion, the deep love for cars that pushes enthusiasts and restorers to achieve the impossible. To take something that most people would discard as junk and breathe life back into it is a rare kind of artistry. It requires vision, technical skill, and a stubborn refusal to give up even when the odds seem overwhelming. The Porsche 993 Carrera holds a special place in automotive history. As the last of the air-cooled 911s, it represents the end of an era for Porsche, a bridge between the classic and the modern. To see one so utterly destroyed and yet brought back in such spectacular fashion is a reminder of why these cars are so cherished. They are more than machines, they are symbols of engineering excellence, design brilliance, and the enduring spirit of driving. The finished tribute stands as proof of what determination can achieve. From a riverbed wreck to a Cup RSR1, one masterpiece, this Porsche has undergone a transformation few could have imagined. Every scratch, every weld, every polished surface tells a story not just of restoration, but of revival. The car now embodies both its history and its rebirth, a rolling reminder of resilience and the timeless appeal of Porsche's racing legacy. Of course, such a project doesn't happen in isolation. Behind every bolt turned and every panel welded is a story of teamwork, support, and community. The restoration community thrives on passion and sharing knowledge, and projects like this inspire others to take on challenges of their own. What began as a hopeless wreck has now become a beacon of possibility, showing what can be achieved when heart and skill come together. The journey of this 1995 Porsche 993 Carrera is not just about cars, it's about the human drive to preserve, create, and push boundaries. It's about refusing to let something beautiful be lost to time and circumstance. It's about the pride that comes from taking on the impossible and proving that with enough passion, nothing is truly beyond saving. And so, the story of the River Porsche is no longer one of tragedy but of triumph. It stands today not as a reminder of what it once was, but as a shining example of what it has become, a stunning Cup RSR tribute that blends history, racing spirit, and craftsmanship into a single, breathtaking creation. It is more than just a car, it is a legend reborn. Special thanks to the dedicated owner and restorer of this Porsche for allowing us to witness this incredible journey. Their passion and determination have given us all a story that inspires, a project that reminds us why we fall in love with cars in the first place. If you'd like to follow more of their amazing work and see behind-the-scenes updates, be sure to check out their Instagram page where this journey continues to unfold. And as always, if you enjoyed this story of revival and transformation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible restoration journeys. Every car has a story, and sometimes the most broken ones can become the most inspiring. From riverbed wrecks to racing legends, the spirit of restoration lives on. This narration comes out to around 1,600 words and is designed in a flowing, cinematic style, perfect for a long-form YouTube restoration video. Do you want me to also structure a shorter 400 to 500 word version for the video description box so it's easier for viewers to read quickly?